Senator Josh Hawley also had to flee. Earlier that afternoon, before the joint session started, he walked across the east front of the Capitol. As you can see in this photo, he raised his fist in solidarity with the protesters already amassing at the security gates. We spoke with a Capitol police officer who was out there at the time. She told us that Senator Hawley's gesture riled up the crowd, and it bothered her greatly because he was doing it in a safe space, protected by the officers and the barriers. Later that day, Senator Hawley fled after those protesters he helped to rile up stormed the Capitol. See for yourself.
And he's wearing a mask.
Exactly. So just Josh Hawley, as they point out there. First off, the cowardice of standing behind a line of people protecting you from the folks that you're riling up, so that those same folks you just riled up can attack that line of defense that's protecting your ass. That's Josh Hawley, and it was exhibited there in the January 6th hearings. Now, by the way, yes, it was humorous, as you can tell from the gallery that was there watching as well. It wasn't just folks watching home like, look at this guy run. Let's watch. They talk about how people laugh at us and our enemies laugh at us. Hey, within ourselves, we laugh at the worst of the worst in our government, one including Josh Hawley, that will rile up people like this. And to this day, we'll still be talking about, oh, who cares about January 6th? Look at these people hyperventilating over January 6th. Maybe because you were part of that entire situation. And then at the same time, when the seriousness hit, when your ass is on the line, guess who's running? Guess who's taking off? Just to run to a camera and say, that wasn't a big deal back there. I was just afraid for my life. Rick.
So this man was the former attorney general of the flyover state. He has catered to billionaires for a while, which I'll get back to in a second. What he did was show exactly what Capitol Police Officer Fanone was saying, that these guys are so different in public as they are in private. And let me tell you something, man. You know how they say like, oh, he's like a poop stain on America. This is like a diarrhea stain on America is what Josh Hawley is. He's an embarrassment in every single way. To do the fist salute thing, to rile up rioters who, Blue Lives Matter, would kill a police officer, injure many more, traumatize many more, and then to run. Isn't this the same dude that gave a keynote speech on masculinity?
I sure did.
Wasn't that him?
Multiple times.
Wasn't that him?
Yep.
Why are you running, man? I thought you were the tough masculine guy. The left is coming because they're less manly and I'm more manly. Here you are running like a coward to get away from the people that you empowered throughout this whole thing. Do we have that picture, by the way, that I submitted to you guys? There was a picture. All right, whatever. We have communications. So look, he has shown so many times, like over and over and over again, how he is an absolute hypocrite just to empower himself, his family. We can go over with big tech as well, but also it's the epitome of his party.
And what fits in so well with it. Now, you mentioned Officer Fanone. Let's just take a look at what his response to that was, because I do want to get the other side of this. As people were laughing at Josh Hawley running and his cowardice and his hypocrisy, Fanone, who was on the front line and dealt with some serious injuries from this, he had a different take, and I think it's worth seeing. Let's watch.
Well, I mean, to be completely honest, to give you my the first thoughts that popped into my mind was Josh Hawley is a and he ran like and the fist pump combined with what he did in the immediate aftermath just shows the true character or lack thereof. Oh yeah, there was an eruption of laughter. I mean, obviously I see like the amusement of it, and I'm not going to fault people for finding it humorous, but that pisses me off. That guy's a clown. And you see the way that these guys perform in public, and then what they are in reality. You get a lot of that nonsense up here on Capitol Hill with these members of Congress that have become like a caricature in the media, but in reality, they have no character. They have no honor. They have no integrity. And the way they behave outside of the camera's eye is very different.
Rick, you said you wonder who he's talking about there. I'm curious, who do you think he's talking about there? Is these
I
people who are
don't know.
actors, fakers? You know why? I was wondering if you had one person in mind, because it's a lot of them. And it's not one party or another. I've spent a little bit of time in DC, not extended. I didn't live there or anything, but weeks at a time, and then actually involved in a lot of things that are going on there. And you may see a senator or a representative that's well known around town here and there, right? There's certain spots that they actually hang out in that you may catch them. It's very similar to Hollywood. I've said this so many times. I live in LA. I hate Hollywood, not because I hate Hollywood for itself, but just the way people feel like they have to act to be Hollywood. People from Iowa move to LA and be like, bro, you're from the cornfields, calm down, that's not you. It happens the same way with many of these elected officials. They're almost like celebrities in DC, where if they're seen and someone goes, oh my God, there's Senator Hawley. And he'd be like, that's right, I'm here. You can't get too close, but I'm Senator Hawley. So that's what I think part of what Fanon was talking about. They're these actors who like, I play this role, I make this money, I benefit, and everyone else that thinks that I do this for you, please, but thank you for buying that BS. This is who they are. They're fake people, many of them. And then when it comes to something as serious as this, they continue playing the role in front of a crowd, then they run away because that's who they really are. It's just how these things work.